Okay. And already filled it out. Time no students. Google Intercept inspection.
Oh, I have no idea if that just recorded anything I was just saying. Damn headphones were just off. Anywho, we're back live once again. This time, coming at you with a new title to the channel. That in the form of the first Descendant, the game that Slammy has been obsessively playing for the past 2 weeks while not providing y'all any visual enjoyment. So since the stream's been lacking, I figured I was going to go against what I had planned and not stream this game, because I don't really have anything to add that other content creators are providing for y'all, other than my witty banter and soothing, sometimes ASMR voice. So anywho, this is the first Descendant. This is our current character right here, Ultimate Lepic. We just unlocked him earlier this morning. It was an arduous task, but we got him. So now we need to level him up. So let's get on into this bitch. And I was actually just watching a other small content creator struggle his ass up, taking out a Stunning Beauty. He was trying to do it solo. He was not making much progress. I stuck around with him for 2 attempts, but the clock ran out on both. So I gave him the suggestion to get on back out and into the campaign to get himself a Thunder Cage, because he was going at it with all rare weaponry. It wasn't really doing it good. But anywho, this is Lepic. He is great for bossing, so I've been told, so I decided to go out of my way to get him. For those that are familiar with the game, you'll understand without any explanation. But for viewers of the channel that are unfamiliar with this game, we got a lot to go over to get you up to speed. So anywho, this is our research lady. Not all these people. They're here grabbing some stuff. This white-haired vixen right here. Yep.
Now,
an ass.
What do you want? Go on, I'm waiting.
Well, fuck you too. So you come here and you have to unlock stuff. You get your Descendants, you get your weapons, you get your enhancement materials. So in order to get your Descendants, you're gonna need 3 parts and a blueprint. And aside from 2 people, well actually 3, one of which I just got rid of to make space, but Freyna right here, one of my favorite characters to look at and to play with, and Sharon can both be unlocked through their own separate means of going through missions and getting them through that way. All your other characters, you're gonna have to get these things called amorphous balls, which if we go into consumables, and there is a lot of shit, you get these things, amorphous material patterns. You have to take these and either fight Colossi bosses, or these ones here, you go to a reactor and fight a mini-boss. And as we can see right there, each of them has the chance to drop 5 different items, some of which at a better percentile rate than the other. And this is how you would get your blueprints for your characters as well as your guns. Hence why this game is very grindy. Anywho, that's just a quick summarization. We're going to go through the whole process of that throughout the stream, but bear that in mind.
Oh, a special human child. What do you need?
She is one sassy lass. Anywho, we got Kyle to his going. The only reason I'm unlocking some of these other lesser characters are while we grab these up. There's this, like, it's kind of like Prestige if you're a Black Ops player, Call of Duty type, where in this game it's called your Mastery rank, of which we are level 19. Trying to push to get to 20 for the season ends in like 2 days or so, because that's going to give us some stuff. But as you progress along in your Mastery, you start at 1 and you work your way up, and each time up to level 20 you're going to get more slots for your equipment, for your weapon modules, and for your Descendant. Once you get to 20 and beyond, all you're going to get is storage slots, consumable inventory, and I think that's pretty much it, and equipment inventory. But your Descendant and your weapon modules are going to stop after 20, so as you get higher, the more experience you have to feed into it, and the more difficult and slower the process becomes. But when you unlock new characters, for the first time you level them up to level 40, you get Mastery rank. So that's why we're trying to get this puppy right here leveled up to 40. That's going to boost us up considerably. Other than that, your first time through the campaign on normal and hard, each time you clear a mission for the first time you get some Mastery, and for the first levels 1 through 40 in proficiency per each weapon, you get Mastery as well. So we've been working at that for quite some time. It is a very arduous task and very glacial process. But anywho, now some characters are much easier to do than others. Lepic's going to be a slow one. But if we go to our Descendant list,
This operation, it's just wiping them all out.
If you're looking for quick leveling up, Bunny is definitely a go-to, as well as Valby. She has a standard version, easier to come across than the Ultimate. The Ultimate is much better, again, much like Frina, to look at and play with.
Mix water and okay. Of course.
And there you go. So, if I hadn't already maxed her out, I mean, we can
What do you
bust
get
her
when you
out, take
mix
a look.
water and
Yeah, we don't need your Woody Mansion anymore. Yeah, there's some booty for you. Yeah, a little fan service. Anywho, going back to your characters, you get all these slots, but you get a certain amount of capacity. There's ways to level that up. If you put in an energy activator, you get an extra 20 capacity to your slottage. But every time you get it to level 40, you can utilize your crystallization catalysts, where you take any of these types, dominantly the ones that you know you're going to be using more often, and you put them into your slots, and when you select your module, socket type, and plant it, you're going to get booted back to level 1. Leveling back up 1 through 40 after you do such is not going to give you any master rank, so don't get your hopes up there. As far as my suggestions go, especially for earlier round players, you're going to tweak around with it as you go, but until you really get comfortable, I'd say definitely focus on getting yourself an increased HP, because that's going to give you plus 218.5% of your base HP when you max that out, and then you can pretty much tank as any character. And the modules aren't character specific aside from these red ones here. So once you level this up, you can use it on all of your characters, so you don't have to level it up per each one. It can be a bit pricey. As we look here, these are your currencies. You're going to need these Kuiper shards and gold in order to level those up. And if you were to do that, you'd want to go talk to this dapper gentleman over here. He's the guy for that. We don't need to talk to him just yet. Anywho, we'll give you some more gratuitous bump shots here, and then we're going to get back to Lepic. Good enough? Good enough. There you go.
What do you get when...
I don't need to go through that because I've made a preset. So that's another thing that you get when you level up your mastery. I think to start you get 4, maybe 5 preset slots. I don't know if we're going to get another one. Yeah, we'd have to purchase more. We might get one more when we get to level 20. I can't guarantee it. It doesn't tell you. But we got an extra couple as we leveled up our mastery rank, so that was splendid. Anywho, as far as these here, your external components, I usually tend to go with max HP. Sometimes I'll switch out 1 or 2. I think you can get like max shield. There might be max MP. I can't remember off the top of my head. Don't really tend to switch these out. And defense. As far as the added benefits, those will definitely vary as you go along. But find what works best for you. Right now we're using character experience. No, we're not. We're using chill resistance. So we're going to switch that one in. So that'll definitely make this a little bit easier. But certainly keep your eye on the ball here. Some of these things are definitely going to come into play while you're out and about in the campaign field, and some are better off for bosses, like these ones. This has like an electric resistance, so if I was to fight a colossi that has electric as its attribute, probably want to switch out and put this one on. But again, this is one of the other grindy parts of the game, is these are all random when they drop, so you're gonna have to go through quite a few of them until you find the ones you really want. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that we need. We've got fire resistance, max HP. This one I got a while ago, and it's going to take something extremely special to make me want to switch it out, because we've got the regular max HP, but we've also got another max HP down there on the bottom. So in total, we get just about 1400 HP. And that's just off of that alone. And take into account our modules, giving us an extra 200%. On top of that means that we really are getting probably like 3600, somewhere around that. Math is hard. Anywho, we get character experience gain. We want that. We have electric and defense. I think I got proficiency for firearms somewhere around here. And a gold increase, so that we're going to want. And what we get down here on the bottom, max shield, toxic resistance. Max shield, toxic resistance. Yeah, I think we can keep the what we got on. Alright, enough of that. Then we have our reactors. So for that, we want to switch this out, because this is a fire-based character. So we have one dedicated for him. Because all your reactors, you've got like your poison reactor, that's good for Frana. I think she's really the only poison character available. Could be wrong about that. Electric, that's for your Bunny and your Sharon. Non-attribute, there's quite a few characters that are good for that. Valby especially. So they will complement the attribute character that the reactor is mainly for, but then you're also going to want to look at your skill power boost rate. So for this, you get a fire skill boost. Fusion we don't have. I think we're tech and what is the other one? Tech and singular. So you can probably find a better one than the one that we have. I might have some in storage. We can take a look in a second. But down there on the bottom, underneath all that jazz, we see that we have another boost to our tech skill and skill effect range. So that is definitely going to be better. And once we equip a scout rifle, we will get an extra 40% boost, which which will make that worthwhile to have on. So let us go in and see if we can find a scout rifle. I'm sure I have one. There you go. Normally I would be carrying all of these guns, but I'm trying to go for the proficiency. So any gun that I haven't maxed with proficiency on, I'm carrying right now, just so I can switch out as we level them up. But there we go. Yep, that's got a ways to go. So, without further ado, because this has probably been boring as all hell, let's get out in the field and actually get some gameplay going. But again, we get quite a few subscribed viewers. Some of them probably are unfamiliar with the game, so felt the need to go through all that. For y'all that are familiar with the game, that probably just bored y'all to tears, and I apologize. Let's see. Okay, we are live. There you go. Alright, now to level this guy up quickly, there are a couple of means that we could do. As I was mentioning with Valby, she has like a dedicated run that she can do to just farm experience, gold, Kuiper. You're going to find that here in Fortress at this little outpost here. So we're going to check and see if there's anybody doing the farm right now. If there are, we'll join in. Otherwise, it's not going to be very viable for Lepic, because he can't use any special abilities to kill a whole bunch of the minions. But oftentimes you will find there are people over here doing the farm. Unfortunately, not right now. It doesn't surprise me. Anywho, since that's a bust, we will go back to Albion. We do have some options. So they have what is called special operations. And it's usually not always the case, but more often than not, you'll get 3 other players. And you basically just take on waves of hordes. And what other people kill, much like the outpost, it's pretty much communal. We're all going to get experience from everybody else's kills. So I'm thinking you could probably do Kingston. There's 3 separate types that you could do that would greatly increase your experience. Fortress has the harder, more leveled up enemies, but you usually don't get as far, especially if the group that you're with isn't really playing as a group. But Kingston's the easiest, and you don't get the greatest rewards from it, but if it's earlier on in your campaign, it's definitely worthwhile. It's also a good source of gold, and since they did an update, you'll get shards of all varieties, which you're going to need if you want to do the reactor boss fights. But basically, if you're new to this and you're still starting off, again, if you got a group that's working in unison, one will take over this area, they'll spawn over here and right here. Otherwise, the main spawn point is going to be up over there. Sometimes motherfuckers will just sit there and let you do all the work. And if that bothers you, you can go on up to them, hold your R3 button if you're on the PlayStation, and report them to being AFK. Nobody likes a freeloader. So that little circle icon, that was a shard that we just picked up. It'll randomly drop through. At the end of each wave, you're going to want to do a loop around the battle area to pick those up. They disappear over time. Not right away. You don't want to miss out on them either.
We picked up signals from multiple enemies. Good luck.
Simply because the amount of enemies that get killed, definitely worthwhile to utilize this to your advantage to upgrade your characters. Oh, fuck you, man. There's another gun that you'll get early on, if you farm it, that is. The Thunder Cage. Comes in clutch on operations such as this, because when you kill an enemy with it, it does an area of effect explosion. Especially for the earlier waves, will pretty much insta-kill anything that's nearby. Definitely recommend going out of your way to get that in your inventory. But yeah, if you're early on in your runs, you don't really have the greatest of guns, greatest of mods. You pretty much just do like the first couple of waves. If you got a good group and it's carrying you, stick it out. But I mean, once you start getting overwhelmed, it's only going to get worse from there on. Usually, to the first rewards part, on a level 1 character, you'll get to like level 15, level 20, somewhere in between.
We're continuing to identify incoming bulkers. We must hold our defense.
I would definitely recommend having a machine gun of some type. When you do come into these types of missions. But if you're using Bunny, she's got an area of effect spell. It'll clear. Most groups of enemies. Kind of surprised no one's using it in here. But as you can see, if you squint very deeply, all these characters are kind of low, I think. What's that? Level 16, 19, level 27. So yeah, they're all trying to level up their characters as well. We're all on the same page here, it would appear. But yeah, especially like the fortress one, you want to have like 1 or 2 bunnies or valvies. They're great for mobbing. A character like Lepic's good. Keep rid of the little base thing here that we're supposed to be protecting. We can use this little item.
It's clear the bulkers
When
are after the
they get overrun over there.
Didn't expect them to send a force of this size.
You heard the word? To utilize. Again, you can kind of see why I recommend using a machine gun. You're gonna have a shit ton of enemies coming at you. If you're using like a handgun, hand cannon, or a sniper rifle, you're not gonna get too many shots off. Over inundated very quickly. But again, if you're using a character like Belby or Bunny, you're mainly going to be using your skills to kill, so whatever gun you have in your hand is what's going to get the bulk of the proficiency. All three of my guns are getting proficiency right now, but the one that I have in my hand gets more. Yeah, I think I just screwed the picture on that.
Recon force spotted enemy reinforcements. No enter.
Some fuel. Yeah, I think we're gonna get this hectic this quick. They're still pretty weak enemy-wise, so I don't think I have to worry too much. But we'll probably all go to wave 7. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody quits out at that point. Alright, you're not bad. I'll just stick to the middle. Whatever bleeds through, I'll take out. Other thing that's kind of screwing me right now is I don't have much range on my skills. Another one of the reasons I'm trying to level this guy up, that way I can put more emphasis into my mods.
We're continuing to identify incoming boldness. We must hold our defense.
If I had my rage increased, I'd be able to I gotta get MP. Be able to use my little suction skill from a further away distance. Alright, see, he's using the thunder cage. So every time he kills an enemy, it explodes. Kills anything that's nearby it. Again, early on in your run, definitely recommend getting that gun. Trying to get multiple copies as well. I'd like to think between the two of them they can hold that down. said, you want to gather these up. They definitely disappeared over time. As well, there's what they call bounties, which will either be purple or gold. Purple's worth 100,000 gold, and the gold link's worth 1 million. So you definitely don't want to miss out on those.
Recon Corps spotted enemy reinforcements. Snow into them.
You're gonna need gold for your research. And upgrading your mods. Probably be the last wave we do. I'm sure everybody's gonna quit out. So we all seem to be getting pretty overwhelmed. You know, I want to cover the center. I'll take the right here. Yeah, I'm free for all. Seriously?
Pretty cool, yeah?
Clear the Vulgus are after the Kuiper.
Is this freaking still killing me?
Forces this size.
Ah, shit. That's battle. You can kill all of you, you fucker. Yep, see, this is a battle right there. Wow, alright, y'all want to keep doing this. I'm game, let's see what happens. Proving me wrong. Spray and bear, motherfucker. Where you going?
Recon Corps spotted enemy reinforcements. Snow into them.
This little fucking twig right here annoys the shit out of me. You think the Des would, address that? Oh, shit. Thankfully, I'm just gonna get to wave 10. That'll be another reward cycle. Yeah, have some help. Got him good.
Casualties are mounting. Disaster.
As you can see, we've gotten quite a few level increases on our guns. Probably haven't raised our mastery rank all that much.
Our casualties are mounting. What a disaster.
I wanted to get up here and use that. I know as soon as I do, they're gonna start bleeding through these two over here. Kinda don't want to give them that position, blocking this. Not that we would get overrun. Y'all still want to keep going, alright. Stat level 25. I've given up 6 levels character-wise. That's a plus. Nobody wants to protect this side, huh?
Are after the Kuiper. I didn't expect them to send a force of this size.
So that's another reason why Freyna is kind of clutch. She drew down little acid pools. Especially if you know the spawn points, you kind of preemptively strike. As long as they cover down on their side, I can take out the little bombers that spawn in there. Keep this contained. Spawn in. mods I got on this gun that I'm currently using. Go real quick. Take a look. Oh, there's the wrong one. Where are you? Is shaft precision. So as we hold down the trigger, our fire attack increases. Definitely recommend it with guns with a giant magazine. As we can see, we have 186 in the clip. So we're definitely going to get the full benefit out of that. That would explain why my fire rate is increasing the longer I shoot. But normally the gun would not do that. I had a feeling that was coming.
Our casualties are mounting. Oh, what a disaster. Reload.
Next wave will probably be the last one. I'm sure they're going to want to quit out after this. And our base isn't taking much damage yet. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, it hasn't taken any damage. We still have shield left. So. As you can see, they're dropping more enemies. They have more HP, and our comrades seem to be dropping as well. So. I am quite convinced this is going to be the last wave that we drive. Nobody's up here. What's wrong with y'all? I'm just going to put my focus on this little spawn point. We'll hope that they're handling business behind me.
Clear the bulkers are after the pipeline. Didn't expect them to send a force of this size.
Bosses, huh? Oh, we got an Amorphous, so we can go fight a boss and show those guys off to you. It'll be quick and easy. It's the first boss that you face in the game. As we can see, 100,000 gold right there. That's worth a while, and we got quite a bit of shots. Speaking of shots, before they send you on back to Albion, you're going to want to turn around real quick and gather up what you haven't gotten. They just bring you on back when the clock runs out. You definitely don't want to leave resources on the table. Let's take a look. We leveled up from 25 to 33, so there you go. And we are just about... Yeah, I'd say we're at the halfway mark. 114. Yeah, we are at the halfway mark. Fucking awesome. And with 7 more levels to go, I would imagine we'll probably get to about 130,000, maybe a little bit higher. By the time we're done with Lepic here. Go check in with that research assistant real quick. This is one of the more tedious, overwhelming parts of the game for the uninitiated. Trying to figure out where you gotta go, what you need to get in order to research things.
That's why humans need us so desperately.
Mm-hmm. And as we can see, we have an energy activator. The blueprints are kind of rare to come across. The materials that you need for them can kind of be a pain in the ass. But I think the biggest pain in the nuts that comes with these is the fact that you have to wait 30 hours for it to do its research. Again, that's probably my biggest gripe with a lot of these things, like, especially like your ultimate characters. Farming all the items, like I said, like each one has 3. You get your enhanced cells, your stabilizers, and your spiral catalyst. But for your ultimates especially, this would take 18 hours, as well as coming up with all the components for it. You're going to have to waste time doing that. So 18 hours per. If you can get all 3 of them going at once, it's not so bad, but when you have to do it piecemeal, you're looking at 18 hours each one. And when you finally do get the character done and completed, you're looking at a day and a half. So, yeah, not the easiest thing. You can purchase them, but fuck that. Not for me. I'm not going to shame anybody that has purchased their characters. A lot of you Ultimate Bunny characters, looking at you. I can understand why, but I can't understand why you would want to pay $100 for that. So, yeah. Let's take a look at something I barely ever look at, and that is your shop. Just to show this off, so for your ultimate characters, you can purchase them. Since I already have Ultimate Valby and Ultimate Lepic, I wouldn't have to pay the full price for it. But 5,000 caliber for the straight up. So if we wanted to buy Ultimate Bunny, it's right here, we would need 5,000 caliber. Now to get caliber, you have to pay hard-earned currency. You wanted to get 5,000 caliber, you would have to pay 99 USD. So I'm not lying when I'm telling you, you would have to pay $100 for that character if you wanted to just buy it outright. none of my ultimates have been purchased. I have gone around and gotten all the components and done the research and got them. As excruciating as it was. I do want Ultimate Bunny, but it's going to be a while before we get her on the roster. So I think currently the only thing I have is the Spiral Catalyst. No, the Stabilizer. And I have another Stabilizer blueprint, but we're not going to go through the process of that. I do hear tell we're supposed to get a merchant where all our overage, stuff that we're not going to need because we've either already crafted it or don't intend to craft it, will be able to be traded in. I just don't want to venture to guess what the hell we're going to get in return for that. I'm sure it won't be as lucrative as some other players might want to fool themselves into believing. But anywho, I think our next ultimate character, I mean, I'd like it to be Bunny, but going off of what we have for code, we already have Ultimate Ajax's code. I'm trying to see, I think we have one of his items here. Ultimate Clay, Ultimate Clay. Maybe it would be Ultimate Clay. We would only need Catalyst, cells, we need the Stabilizer, and then the blueprint. So, in an offhand way, getting back to what I was trying to say, in order to figure out how to get these items, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You can go back to the research assistant, go to the item that you want to figure out and go piece by piece there, or you can go into your access info and do it through that method. So I don't usually do this, but yeah, so you don't want to go into that. Back out. Cool materials would be next up. So this will give you item for item. I think it's easier to just go to the researcher and names. But you can utilize this method. You crack into this, hit your square button on your PlayStation. As far as your Xbox and PC, y'all can figure that the fuck out yourselves. But you would hit your square button on the PlayStation, and that'll tell you the areas that you can go in order to get said items. So you can utilize that. Again, I prefer to just do it through the researcher. It's less convoluted, easier to navigate. So there's a suggestion for the devs. Maybe clean up your menus, make them a little bit more user-friendly.
I'm listening.
But like I was saying, you can go on in here, go to the Descendant or the weapon that you wish. You hover over each of its components, hit your square button again. I'll bring up this. And if I wanted to see how to get the Jaber Spiral Catalyst, I would go into here, and this will tell me. So I could get it through the Swamp Walker, the Frost Walker, or through the Vespers Hard Fusion Reactor, or the Agna Desert Hard Fusion Reactor. Now, another thing that you can do while you're in here, click on that, you can see if you have the Amorphous already, or if you're going to have to go and farm that. We don't have that. We don't have that. We have 3 of the Frost Walkers, then, so we could go after that if we wanted to. I think I'm currently making ammo. No, I haven't even started to research him. He's kind of a busted character currently. I think they're doing work on him. And there's a plane flying overhead, so apologies for that. So I've been collecting his stuff. I don't intend to make him just yet, but again, in order to up my mastery rank, it would be beneficial to get him in the roster, if not to just level him up to 40 and then be done with it. Yeah, what I just did 2 of Kyle's. I need 1 more of his, and I think I need his blueprint. Let's go to the Descendant roster and take a look. Kyle, you are here. Yeah, so we have his enhanced cell and the stabilizer. We do have blueprints. So for Kyle, we just need the spiral catalyst. Let's figure out what that is. Hired pyromaniac. I don't have any anamorphous. Hired obstructor. I have 3. Oh, I suppose we can go fight the obstructor. But I don't think I want to use Lepic here to do that just yet. So he's not where I want him to be. He's great for bosses, but you gotta have him prepped and ready to go for that. And this is kind of bare bones. We need to get him to 40, throw in a couple of catalysts. That way we can really jack up our mods here. There's a couple of other mods that I would rather have on him, but for right now this is pretty much optimal. But he's got skill mods, which, yeah, we can go through this. I already kind of leveled up his explosive stacks, but I was confused. I thought it was a different one, so that was kind of a waste of resources. What we kind of want to do, order clock no longer inflicts burn, inflicts weakened regeneration instead. That seems kind of meh. This one might be beneficial. Yeah, not sure with that one. Maybe we'll try that out and see. But yeah, he's got some other stuff I'd rather have. I want to get his range jacked up. There's also... No, I have that one on. So this one boosts your critical hit rate and critical damage on your skills. Definitely comes in handy with him. Yeah, skill duration, we want to get that leveled up. We also want to get range. Get some more skill duration right there. And another thing you're going to want to do is get your MP up as high as possible. Some players will probably skip the HP. Go for like a glass cannon build. I personally just prefer to have some HP to fall back on. That's what works for me. So that's who we're going. But we're not going to use him to do boss battling right now. Like I said, he's not really ready for it. So what we will do is save what we currently have on, and then we're going to switch over to Velby. Actually, I don't think I just saved that. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I have no idea. Anywho. Yeah, you can't help but just stare at that. Oh shit, okay. She don't have no guns on. She probably doesn't have a reactor on either. So for my boss battles, I kind of use the same setup with the guns. Thunder Cage definitely, but we're going to want to have that on our main. Or not. There you go. I go for Nazarita's Devotion, especially earlier on. I mean, there is another gun that has been pretty much the meta, which is Greg's Reversed Fate. This one I have mainly for Sharon. She's got a skill proc. She cloaks herself, and when she comes out of that, her next shot is going to be increased. It's great for their sniper rifle. But still trying to level this gun up. It's at a 2. We want to get that to a 4. And then we have the Clairvoyance. That's good for your Frost characters. So I'm kind of keeping that on the ready for when they release the new character that's coming out in a couple of days. Haley, I believe. So we'll go with this. Because this I just got to level 4. Nope, not what I was trying to do. that's what we're trying to do. So for its unique ability, when you land shots, it perks bombardment, and lower level, not so great, but when you're at the highest level, it drops 7 extra shots, but you're going to hit for the same amount that your fired shot hits for. So you can do a lot of damage with this son of a bitch. Anywho. For the Obstructor, yeah, we're mainly going to use this to attack the boss, but when he gets frenzied, he starts spouting out orbs, and you need to shoot them before they get to him, otherwise he can one-shot the entire team. And that's where the Thunder Cage is going to come in handy. But this gun right here also weakens him. Go on and take a look. So, on hitting an enemy's weak point, it inflicts the unique ability Devotion Mark on the target enemy. On hitting an ally, that ally's shield is restored at the cost of your MP. If your current MP is less than the MP cost, this effect is not triggered. I don't usually shoot my partners with this, because I always forget about that. But, again, against the Colossi, it is quite helpful, because it takes 30% off the defense. So if you get a team that is doing buku DPS, it's going to make the boss fight a hell of a lot quicker. So, anywho, let's first and foremost make sure we get toxin resistance on, and make sure we have a fucking reactor on too, goddamn. Skill effect range, and cooldown. Colossus, there you go. Alright, and we need to get some components on. Drop rate, I don't think we need to worry about the resistance, but shield, HP fire resistance, so we're gonna go with you. And max HP, and we do have toxin resistance, but I think I have better. I'm going to lose some HP, but that's fine. Let's go with this one. That'll make the little health orbs come to us from a further distance away. Alright, I think we're ready. So let's go fight the Obstructor. I think from the Obstructor on are where the battles can get kind of hairy. Especially in public lobbies, if you get paired up with people that aren't set up properly, aren't using good DPS, or just have no fucking idea what the hell they're supposed to be doing. It's quite frustrating. With the Obstructor, I think at this point most people know what the hell they're doing, so we should be alright. Make sure if you get an Enzo, grab your ammo there. This is a shame, I should have switched to my other gun. Alright. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fucking quick and easy. The suggestion is, you see one of your compadres hop up on a weak point, don't shoot the weak point that he's on, because that's going to fuck up what he's trying to do for you. We might get him before he goes to the immune. Friggin' nice. There you go. Go into his immune state. It's nice when that happens. Don't let that fool you. You're probably not going to have such an easy time. let's see if we can get what we came in here for. Kyle Spiral Catalyst? Probably not, but fingers crossed. And we got an energy activated blueprint. That's just that easy. Most players would tell you otherwise. We kind of just got lucky right there. Usually that is... When you want it to drop, good fucking luck to you. But when you want anything else to drop... Oh, hey, Bonnie. And that's why people pay $100 for that. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, let's give that another shot, and we can see just how not easy that fight is. Unless we get paired with the same group again, that's also possible. Anything's possible. Because that's another thing that you'll also find is usually when people are going after the Colossi, they're usually trying to go through a whole bunch of amorphous materials. Nope, we got a whole new group. Alright, so this is probably going to go a lot differently. If y'all focus on Shufflefucker over there, that's another ultimate Lepic. You might display why it is. Because I wanted to get him. Exactly. Probably the enemy's defense better. Kind of just rushing my way through. Again, as you can see, this is why I set myself up with a shit ton of HP. I could just phase tank him. Another reason why I like Valby. Across very easily. Alright, so this is what I was talking about the orbs. So for the first frenzied state, he's going to spawn 2 little portals. You want to make sure you keep these little balls away from him. If he collects enough of those, he's going to wipe the entire team. They seem to be on top of the orbs, so I'm going to try and take down his defense. There we go. Alright, hopefully they're all paying attention. Oh, I'm going down. This toxic puddle. Alright, he's kind of... Probably the one that just saved me. You got it? Nope. Jesus Christ. There we go. Down there. You're going to want to hold down the L2 trigger. The trick is to stay up here as long as you possibly can. while you're up there, the less he's attacking your comments. There you go. Again, if we didn't have bunnies on, I'd be focusing on the orbs. They seem to be taking them out pretty good. Fucking shoulder pad just wants to get in the way right now. Sit the fuck down. Ooh, I got 2 red mods. Too bad I don't need either one of them. And another thing to keep an eye on if you're fighting the hard bosses, they usually drop Kuiper and gold as well. But you're not going to see that in your map. Can we get Jaber or Kyle? Another fucking fucking back to back. That is unheard of. 2 energy activators. What the fuck, man? Holy shit. Fucking feast of famine, man. You're either gonna get a shit ton of energy activators or you're gonna get like the lowest thing on the totem pole. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, anywho, so we'll probably come back with some more of this game. But as I had said on some of the previous streams before I came around to deciding to stream this, I don't really have much new to add that any of the other dozens and dozens of content creators that feature this game haven't already added. I don't break things down to min-max or any of that kind of shit. I'm not against any of that kind of stuff. I just don't have the brain power to try and figure it all fucking out. I just find what seems to work best for me. If I can improve upon things over time, I try to. But for the most part, I just, kind of bare bones it. Or bare bottom it. However you want to look at it. And you will look at it. Like I said, this is pretty much my main Valby. Again, I like the movement, and I'm not speaking of like the movement of her ass. That is nice. I just mean the traversal of getting around maps, getting around areas. She's quick on her feet, much like Bunny, only less annoying. But she's also a fucking brick shithouse too, so definitely recommend. But again, bear in mind, you're not going to have the mods like this for quite a while. We have invested a lot of time. She is maxed out. But we have put in, I think the ultimates start with 4 specialized slots. We currently have, we added that one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Started with 4. So we added 5 spiral catalysts to her. Yeah, we could still improve upon this a little bit more. I'll probably hit this one next, but that's the reason why I kind of slowed back, is because you have a couple of different mod types. Easier way to showcase that off. It doesn't give you the names of them. Okay. Anyhow, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of mods. As you can see, the sockets vary as to what you can put into where. So, and especially if you want to have a mod for like elemental resistance, each type is a different type of socket. Let's see if we can make that a little bit easier to showcase. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, toxic is whatever the fuck that is. Rutile, and then you have cerulean for your cold. Heat would be almandine. God, those are some weird ass fucking words. But as you can see, this is kind of why you don't want to lock yourself in on every slot unless you're committed to what your mods are going to be. I'm still kind of playing around. And another thing that I hear a lot of griping about, and I kind of agree with it, is once you've socketed your mod slot, I think it would be fair to make it that you can switch it to any different type you want. But the way that it's set up is you would have to invest, well, level up your character to 40, invest another spiral catalyst to switch it to a different one. And for the amount of time that you have to invest, not only getting the components to craft a spiral catalyst, but to get the blueprint for that to drop in a Colossi or a reactor fight. And then I think it's like 7.5 hours to research it. You're talking a whole lot of work. So I'm definitely of the volition that I think once you've socketed it, you should be able to switch it to whatever type you want for quote-unquote build diversity. But that's just me. Maybe the devs will see it that way down the line, but currently, nah, not the case. Anywho, like I said, we'll probably feature this some more. Kind of just wanted to introduce it to the channel, get you guys caught up to speed. Plus, like I said, I haven't really streamed anything in 2 weeks, maybe longer, I can't recall. But like I said, with nothing new to add, and with the play pretty repetitious, especially when farming is concerned, you just keep doing missions over and over again, outposts over and over again. It doesn't really make for the greatest of content. So, I mean, if you have like a point or a purpose behind what you're gonna add, then so be it. And with this one, it was to just introduce it to y'all. So, there you go. If you'd like to see more, by all means, feel free to let us know. If there's certain things that you're struggling with, and maybe you think we could help you out, fire it off in the comments. Or if there's something you want to see in terms of the game, let us know, and we'll feature it. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this one. So, for those in attendance, for those that have come and gone, and for those that may make it to the sound of my voice in the future, thank y'all for watching. As always, we appreciate and value your viewership and support of the channel, and hopefully we'll catch y'all on the next one. With that, this is Slammy signing off. Until next time, whatever the fuck that might be. Peace, y'all.